The buzz on the spin. There's always the stupid one. Generally, it's the person with the itchy trigger finger. Of course, in a crowd of Lutrin, it's hard to tell them apart at a glance unless they're making a point of looking different from one another. In this case, the first idiot has a laser pistol giving its telltale lighting up warning, and he jolts to the side, neatly dodging the beam of burning light, but only the beam. Thermal bloom is as much a bitch as a blessing, as the shifting air he left in his wake causes the laser to dump a huge amount of heat right next to him, setting his shirt on fire. Well, now he has to kill her. If it gets out that someone can injure station staff without consequences, then this place will be consumed by civil war, with every dumbass too big for her bra bitch taking a shot at the throne. He charges forward, adrenaline already pumping, and he pumps Axiom into that. The world slows to a crawl and almost all color bleeds away. Along the field of grays, numerous red lights illuminate to show that many others will be idiots as well. Less people to pay the fee. It looks like they're going to have to confiscate goods until compensation is found. Looks like these bitches are going to be down their ship at least. The girls instinctively stop trying to track him when they pull the triggers, so like idiots they miss. They didn't even lead the targets. Of course, with lasers you usually don't have to. But have they seriously never practiced with moving targets? He reaches the first idiot that fired on him. There's a distinct sensation of unreality as he swipes his laser cutter through her torso. It offers no resistance, and he notes how the wound is cauterized even as he swipes clean through her. He can make out tiny embers flaring to life along her burnt internals. He turns and then brings the laser cutter down through the head, both to end what suffering there will be, and as the display to the rest. He can see several of them are already running, so this won't be a massacre, but there's still the lights of several laser weapons trained on him. There's a growing sound that he's vaguely aware is screaming as he jolts to the side and charges again. The beams are closer this time, and he can vaguely sense that one of them got close enough for his hair to burn. He brings the laser cutter through first the arm holding the laser pistol and then through the head via the face of the next Lutrin. The sounds he's vaguely registered as screaming increases, and he turns in time to see weapons clatter to the floor as the last belligerent surrender. He stops pumping Axiom into the adrenaline and waits a few moments as he gets his equilibrium back from straight-up murder mode, so he just scans the area as he waits for the color to come back to the world. So, are you willing to accept your now increased fines? Increased? One of them asks. The price of the door and the shirt, he says, and there's a pause. No fee for attacking? 2 deaths for drawing weapons on me. That's the fee, he says, and there's a pause. Okay, we'll pay. We'll pay the whole thing. You're paying full, as is the other half of this clusterfuck. What happened to the thief? She is not someone who has any business on a station like this. I escorted her off. Sweet goddess, he spaced her. One of them mutters, and he gives her his best baby-eating psychopath smile. So, no more fun? He asks them, and they all start shaking their heads. He deactivates the laser cutter, and it collapses into its storage mode. Pity. He hooks the cutter into its slot on his hidden armor when he finally notices that his shirt is burning fairly heavily. So he simply pulls it off, which exposes the reinforced futuristic breastplate with numerous weapons mounted across it. A bit of padding and it mostly goes out. Maybe it can be saved. Maybe not. Either way, he'll need to get another one before confronting the other group. Holy goddess, he's carrying more hardware than a Crimson Hewer. Not really, it's just an armored vest and some toys. By the by, you're on your last chance until the debt to the station is paid off in full. Any violation will result in death. So keep your noses clean and keep your security up. Otherwise I'll be back and I won't be anywhere near as friendly. His piece said he tucks his burnt shirt into his belt and leaves the warehouse with a spring in his step and offers a smile to all the communicators watching him. Problem solved. His communicator starts buzzing not even 5 minutes into his trek back home to the Hive, and it's literally everyone. Apparently, the image of him with his shirt on fire has already reached them, and they're gearing up. "Oh boy," he mutters before speed dialing Zabriza. "Are you all right? Where is the bitch who shot at you? Just hold on, we're coming." The idiot who shot at me is dead and in multiple pieces, as is the next biggest idiot, and the rest have surrendered and agreed to make full restitution. Hoagie assures her, "But I'm fine." "No, you're not. They set you on fire," she protests. "They set the flimsy, flammable outer shirt on fire. It's what it's there for. They go for the shirt to try and intimidate me. It comes off and they find out that they're so far out of their depth that there isn't any daylight left. Don't care. There are pictures of you on fire all around us. You're not going anywhere without an escort. We're not raiding the station, Zabriza. I don't need bodyguards." "Too bad. If you want to avoid us dragging you into the Hive, then you're letting us watch over you." Zabriza snaps back and Hawagi chuckles. "What's so funny?" "Just that there's never any question as to why you're the queen of the Hive," he says, and there's a pause. Is now really a time to flirt?" she asks after a few moments, and he chuckles deeply. "Always. It's always time." He teases her, and there's a sharp intake of breath. "Once you're done tromping around into danger, I'm going to tie you down and drizzle honey all over you." She whispers huskily, and he chuckles. "Sounds like a date." "Look, I'm just laying down the law with some cowardly idiots. Even if they try something, I can slap them into place in seconds." Hoagie says calmly, "No. If they're stupid, they will try something, and they only need to get lucky once." She counters, and he opens his mouth to refute it before closing it. She's right. She is very right. "All right." "What?" "You're right. They just need to get lucky once for me to be screwed over forever, so I won't argue against having an escort." You normally go on about how being confrontational all the time is a problem. It is a problem because it puts us in more danger than we would otherwise be in, he replies before rubbing the back of his head. He feels the patch of crispy hair he'd forgotten about and sighs. "But that doesn't mean you're not right. I need to stop acting like an idiot action hero and more like a soldier, meaning part of an army." "All right, I'll get some of the girls ready. You do need to work and we need you safe, so this is the best we can do," Zabriza says, and he nods. "Right, I'll see you all soon. Although, could the girls please put on some armor or at least not be borderline naked? Even a few layers of cloth can blunt a knife in a pinch." He asks, and there's some thought. "Not much. We don't go for armor normally. It's better to just not be near where the attack is," she says, and he nods. "Fair enough. I guess I'll just make sure that my enormous self has a few extra tricks." "Good. I'll get the girls ready, and please stop scaring us like this. I may be the Hive Queen, but it's heart. Without you, there is no real Hive," she says. "But no pressure, right?" he says in a somewhat joking tone. "What? No, all the pressure. Don't you dare die on us. Get home and get yourself more armor now, husband," Zabriza orders him, and he chuckles. "This isn't a joke." "No, but it feels good to know you care so much. I'm heading home, don't worry." "How can I not? You're outside the Hive and you've been shot at." I'm moving," he assures her, as he does indeed start moving faster. The call ends and he focuses on hustling home before there's a freak out and they send out raiding parties to look for him. He almost smirks at the reinforced bulkheads of the building, absolutely covered in gang tags, all belonging to the berserkers as his wives called themselves. He passed the first bulkhead and moved beyond the second only after it closed behind him. The Hive was a life pod in its own right. If the station were to suddenly shatter, then the berserkers would live. He would live. "There you are. Are you all right? Look at his shirt. There's a huge hole in the side." He's instantly swarmed by a small battalion of worried Sharbi. They're more covered up than usual, leather jackets and thick boots. They also have his habit of carrying knives around. I'm fine. The idiots responsible are in pieces and their surviving friends are paying through the nose for being idiots. Problem is that there's a second group of idiots I need to deal with. So I'm going to put on some low-profile armor, some loose pants over it to hide it, and then we're going to go down there and make sure the stupid stop being so freaking dumb. Sound good? There's a cheer before they start asking questions, mostly about if he's going to use the laser cutter again, and he pulls it out to consider it. Maybe? It treats doors and walls like they're just a suggestion and doesn't even seem to notice people. But I doubt Station Command will be too happy with me carving up Octarine Spin. He comments, unholstering it and holding it out in front of him, a pensive look on his face. Still, it's a good backup if someone wants to do something stupid, then hide behind something. First things first, though, get that armor on, Zabreza says, zipping in to give him a stern look with her hands on her hips. Yes, ma'am, he says with a chuckle as he reholsters the laser cutter. It takes him about 20 minutes to change into his underlayer and properly fit on the armor plating. There were a lot of little straps and buckles so that it would be both low profile and able to stand up to some more advanced weapons. It wouldn't take more than 1 or 2 shots from a laser and definitely wouldn't give him more than 1 from a plasma blast. But it would stop at least 1, which is a game changer as it used nothing in the way of axiom. The ceramic alloy hybrid was effectively invisible to the rest of the galaxy. They couldn't scan for it. They couldn't detect it, and they would never know it was there. An undaunted protection brand gave off an axiom signature and could be toyed with by skilled adepts. But this? Secret ablative armor? Completely undetectable. A little heavy, but it was just plates buckled in and strapped on. A second chance. His wives hated wearing it themselves, but loved that he always had a hardened vest of the stuff on. It had gone a long way to keeping them calm with him being outside the hive. Once he had it all on and buckled in such a way that it wouldn't clank against each other, he covered it with a pair of loose cotton pants. He put a now bright blue Hawaiian shirt on, this one decorated with flamingos instead of parrots and flowers, and headed back for the entrance. Zabreza thumps on his legs a few times and gets the solid thump of armor before nodding. Keep your head down. You already nearly lost it once today. I will. These idiots wouldn't stand a chance if I was naked and blindfolded. This is going to go as smooth as butter. What did you call it? Murphy's Law? A jinx? I think you just applied both of those to this situation. She scolds him and he chuckles. Possibly. Is it wrong that I want a bit of excitement now and then? Yes. But asking you to not want it is like asking me not to worry. It's not going to happen, she concedes, and he kneels down to her level to kiss her. Then we meet halfway if you want me to. I'll make wearing all this armor a daily thing. I'll even look on improving it so you worry less and less, all right? Deal.